Hey folks, today I'm gonna review some books because I did that in the last video and one person saw it, so I think that will indicate that if I want one person to see the next video, I should do it again. I have to do what the Illuminated Marketplace tells me to, after all. Let's see, I talked about 5 books that I got while I was in jail. I actually read other books too that were already there. What I was talking about was books that were sent to me. There were only 5 that were sent to me, and I didn't read them all. Here's the 4th book that was sent to me. This one. There we go. This one. Barkskins by Annie Proulx. I've started reading about the first 100 pages while I was in jail. Let's see, somewhere around here, 100 pages. And the page length, let's show you that, is here it is. 715. So made a 1/7 of a dent through it. And then let's see. So yeah, that was the 4th book. I started in jail. I finished it eventually when I was out of jail, plucking away at it bit by bit. Annie Proulx is the person who wrote this story, Brokeback Mountain, which was turned into an Academy Award-winning movie. She wrote The Shipping News, which I guess people liked. I didn't read it, but, I hear people liked it. When I talked about the book with somebody else, they heard that she wrote The Shipping News, and she was like, holy smokes, I love that book. My opinion on this one, oh yeah, there's a title, is it's a very, very sad book. That's my review of Barkskins by Annie Proulx. Now, let's talk about the 3rd book I got while I was in jail. It's called The Overstory by Richard Powers. Won the Pulitzer Prize, I think, in 2019. Became a big deal after that. It was very good. My favorite book I've ever read before reading The Overstory was One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest by Ken Kesey. After reading The Overstory, and I read the entire thing of this in jail. After reading this one, it is now my favorite book. Yeah. So if you haven't read The Overstory yet, and you're looking to read the story, oh geez, I keep touching my face in these videos, sorry. Anyway, read The Overstory is what I'm saying. Next up, gonna review Robert Galbraith, Lethal White, from the author of the #1 bestseller, The Cuckoo's Calling. It's a Cormoran Strike novel. So Robert Galbraith usually writes some pretty good books. This one was fine. It was not the best one, but it was fine. There are better ones, for sure. So if you skip this one, you'll probably live a fine life, but if you, for whatever reason, want to read it, you can. I was about to say if you want to do some, I don't know. It's fine. It's a fine book. I wonder to what extent we should, when we do recreation, whether we should avoid thinking about our work when we're doing that, or if we should make our work recreation. But if we don't make our work recreation, then maybe we're always, I'm touching my face again, we're always working and we're always stressed, and that's bad. So we need to separate those two. But if we separate those two, and work is work and recreation is fun, then we have a tendency to want to just do recreation why do work? So that's something I'm trying to figure out. There's reasons. Maybe I'm not allowing myself to see them. When I do want to do work, it's oftentimes, like right now it's about 11:45, and this is, I can't really make the phone calls that I need to make to achieve what I want to achieve. And also Saturday and Sunday are tomorrow and the next day, and let's see, a lot of things are closed then. Yeah. Next book to review. Managing Hospitality Human Resources, 5th edition, by these guys. This one, look at that picture, everyone's so happy to see you. This one was actually good, I thought. A lot of good, interesting ideas and some templates from there you could take and apply to your business. I don't know if I got it from the book or the professor or both. This was from university. This wasn't from jail. This was way back when I went to college or university. And the professor was like, really stressed that if you can avoid turnover in your organization, business, whatever, you should. I might want to, I don't know if I'm going to do this, follow through on it, but I might want to press them on, like, where is that limit where we allow turnover, because it probably varies from business to business. But I think that the emphasis that she put was to really try and do more than we shouldn't allow as much as we do, because hiring people is expensive, and training them is expensive, and it's risky, because if you hire the wrong people, and it's tough to lose them, tough to deal with them. Man, I sure do look tired. Anyway, this is a good book. This one, it's actually my housemates see the world on a globe. I don't know if it came with a globe. We have a globe, and maybe I'll show that to you at some point in the future. But we have a globe in our dining room, and this book was underneath it, balancing it. I took it away, so it's not harming the globe. I'll put it back afterwards. And you can read this about why it's good to have a globe in your house and all the things you can do with it. I don't know if it came with the globe that he got, but it's very interesting. This is an interesting part on the back here. I'm just now noticing Alberta is like taking up a lot of Canada there. So I don't know what that's from. Anyway, here's the other side. Front. Seems to be Canadian centered, but there's no British Columbia mentioned, so yeah, I don't know. But anyway, yeah, it's an interesting book. Makes some compelling cases for having a globe. For not, a lot of people assume war-making, strategizing is what people use the globe for, but it can also be used for peacemaking, strategizing, and realizing where you are in the world, how to travel around it, how people are the way they are, how civilizations might have developed, etc. So yeah, I think they make a good case. I didn't read it. I just kind of skimmed and hopped at some parts and read a bit. But that's what I read. From what I read, they think they make a good case. And yeah. If you don't have a globe, it's still an expense. So if you can get a free globe, sure, go for it. But if you can't, maybe you'd better spend your money on just rent or food, or achieving better climate policy as soon as possible. So those were the books that I brought here for review. We're almost in the 10-minute mark, so I think I will end it in about 10 seconds. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'll see you again in the future.